So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why some men suddenly disappear after showing so much interest at first. So a guy could be really interested in you when he first meets you, and he shows his interest by calling you every day, texting you every day, sometimes texting you multiple times in the day, video calling you, doing daily check-ins on you, carrying you out on dates, trying to get to know you, trying to spend time with you, showing interest and just being consistent, and then all of a sudden he disappears, right? He probably did unique things for you, like buying you little gifts. He was around to help you. He never would miss the opportunity to see you. And all of a sudden, he's nowhere to be found. He ghosted, he disappeared, he dropped off the earth, right? He was teasing you, he was flirting with you in the beginning. You thought everything was going well, and then he just stopped chasing you. He could have even blocked you from all social media. And you may be wondering what's happened. You might even think that something is wrong with you, you did something wrong. He just poof, disappear, and just leaving you completely clueless about what's going on and why he dropped off the earth. And one of the first reasons why a man would drop off the earth after showing so much interest at first is because he's involved with another woman. Most of the time, he got back with his ex. His ex came back, and he might not be over his ex, he might still want his ex, and she comes back. They were probably off again. When you guys meet each other, he was off, and then after a while, he and his ex, they're on again, right? And they're back together, so he's back together with his ex, so he's not paying you any attention. He's not focused on you. Now he's focused on the relationship he has with his ex. And maybe they could have broken up. They break up, or they break up and they get back together. They make up many times, off and on, always official and they not official. And I guess sometimes he might be confused and not sure what's going on between him and his ex, and in his mind at the moment when they're not talking or they're off, he might think or feel that he's single. But secretly and deep down in his heart, he might still want to be with his ex, get his ex back, and he might just be like killing time with you until she comes back or until he decides to go back, right? Maybe she did something wrong and they're off, right? Or he could just choose another woman over you. Like, he could be involved with multiple women, he's dating multiple women, and he finally choose who he wants to pay more attention to. He finally choose like who he wants to be in a relationship with, or who he want to focus on more, and he just stopped talking to you because he didn't choose you. He involved with somebody else, so he just poof disappear, right? The second reason why a man will just disappear off the earth after showing so much interest in you at first is because he wanted to use you for something and he already got what he wanted. So he could use you for sex, he could use you many things. He could use you for money, he could use you for emotional validation, he could use you to get a job opportunity, he could use you for anything, right? So he could use you for sex. The main reason he was talking to you and giving you attention and carrying you out on dates and communicating with you every day and treating you nice and showing interest, it was just to get in your pants one day to have sex with you. So he already had sex with you, and that was the main goal, and now he ghosted. He got what he wanted from you. Or he wanted to borrow money. Like, he wanted to borrow a large sum of money from you, and after a couple weeks, after a few months, it could be a large sum of money he wanted to borrow from you, and then you lend him the money and he just disappeared, and he may have no intentions of even paying you back, right? So he used you to borrow money or something like that. Another thing men could use you for and just disappear after is for emotional validation, and it's just to boost his ego. He just wants to feel good about himself. He wants his emotions and his feelings and his thoughts to be acknowledged by you. You know, he wants understanding and he wants to be accepted, feel accepted by you. Right? So he could just be like in a low place in his life and he just want to use you to feel better, to not be alone, to have you listen to his experiences. He could be in a relationship and he having like a rocky moment in the relationship, or where he's ignored or he got rejected or he got cheated on, or there's some issue in his relationship and it's like he have a rough patch and he just want comfort, and he's using you to feel comfort, to somebody, he using you to talk about his problems, somebody to lean on, somebody to comfort him, to accept his feelings and his thoughts, and his to accept and listen to his inner experience. Like he could like just break up with someone, or some has circumstance happen in a romantic relationship where he got cheated on, and he yeah, he's just using you for emotional validation. Or he could just use you to like get a job opportunity or to get a better job. So he used you because you might know the right person, you might know the right people to help him get his job opportunity, or you might be working in the right place or a particular field where you can help him get a better job, and you help him, he gets a better job, and then he poof, he disappear off the earth because he was just using you to get what he wanted. So he got what he wanted, whether it's money, sex, move up in life, whatever, and he got it and he's gone. Third reason why a man will just disappear off the earth after showing you so much interest in the beginning is because you said something or you did something to offend him. You disrespected him in some way and it was like a deal breaker and he just disappeared. Right? Maybe you're talking or you had some experience and your beliefs or your perspectives is not in alignment with him, and he just like he can't think of being with someone who have different beliefs or who have a different perspective on certain topics that might be like important to him. Or it could be you said something like maybe you're not over your ex and you're always talking about your ex, and um, maybe a situation happened and you're saying like um, my ex will never do that, or my ex will know how I feel, or you make me miss my ex sometimes, or you might say something like that talking about your ex or too much, and you realize you're not over your ex, and that could make him feel uncomfortable and he just disappear because he doesn't want to deal with that. Or you could say anything that offend him or throw him off. You could say like maybe you're talking, there's a situation and you say, well, you're not a real man, or you can't handle a woman like me, because maybe you're listing your expectations and he realized like he might not be able to measure up with you. He believes he wouldn't be able to please you or make you happy, and he sees that he might not be good enough and he just disappears. Or you could be in some argument and you call him a mama's boy. Maybe you had a problem with his mother, you call him mama's boy, you call him a loser or something, you call him out his name, you call him a bitch, you call him anything, you call him a loser, you call him stupid, you might talk down to him, you talk to him in an aggressive way, and he does not like that. You offended him, you talk to him in a violent way, you probably put your hands on him, you show that you're needy, you show that you're clingy, you show that you're desperate for love, attention, you show that you're desperate for a relationship, and he just goes because he doesn't want to deal with that, or he he could kind of see that you might be crazy, or you're really weird, or you're awkward, and he just disappear. Or he could see that you're a control freak, or you're bossy, or you're hothead, or something like that, or you're brash, you're really noisy and overwhelming, and that is not the personality he wants. In a woman, you could be rude, and he just disappear because he just like you did something or you say something to offend him. Next reason is that next reason why a man could just disappear off the earth after showing you so much interest in the beginning is because he just like the chase. He just like the chase, and the chase is over and he's on to the next one. So he could just wanted to see if he could get a girl like you, or he just wanted to see if he could make you interested in him. He just wanted to see if he could have sex with a girl like you. He just wanted to, like, you could be out of his league, and he just wanted a challenge in his life, and he chased you and he got through, and then he poof disappeared. You know, the pursuit of the chase is sometimes, for men especially, I believe, is more exciting and rewarding than getting the actual relationship. So some men, they love the chase. They just wanted to get your attention. They just want to get your affection for the moment, and they might not want a relationship. They just like the chase to see if they could get you. Chasing is exciting and more rewarding than actually having a relationship. So it's like, it is proven scientifically that the brain releases certain chemicals like dopamine, adrenaline, epinephrine, norepinephrine in the early stage of like falling for someone and getting to know someone early on. And these hormones can lead people to feel like happiness and euphoria. So sometimes maybe the man might be confused and think that these chemical feelings are like that. It shows that you have a real connection, right? And then when this spark is over and this happiness and the chasing is over, they might feel like the relationship is not working anymore, right? So they assume that chasing you and that happy feeling and being excited to get to know you, to have sex with you, they might think like that's a real connection. And when they actually be in a relationship with you, they start being irregular, so things start to feel regular and boring, and then they might just want to like chase somebody else or find somebody else, right? They're addicted to the chase, so they just like on to the next one, right? The fifth reason why a man could just disappear after showing you so much interest at first is because he's going through a rough time financially, going through some financial crisis. Some money problem came up. Maybe he just lost a big sum of money. Maybe his business started to go really bad. Maybe he lost an investment. Maybe he have some job problem where he lost his job, or his boss cut down his hours so he's getting less money, or he got fired, he quit his job, and any one of these could make the man feel depressed and sad and worthless and just like hopeless. And he may just disappear to just like work on his finances and figure out his life and try to concentrate on getting his career back together, back in order. So he might meet you, and at the same time he is just entering a slump in his life where he feels stuck and he just can't get things to move forward, or he can't get anything done. So when he enters the slump, he feels really unmotivated, he feels like lost, he could feel unproductive, he could feel like angry and annoyed about the job situation and the money problems, and he just disappear to like pick himself back up. And most of the time it's some financial slump. But I mean, regardless of all of this, I believe if he really like you, he would communicate with you about what's going on. If he really, really like you, really want to be with you, he would not disappear. He might not be communicating as often, but if he really like you, I believe he will communicate what is going on, and he will try to continue to get to know you, especially if he really want to be in a relationship with you. Anything could happen. A rough time, maybe someone died and he feels sad and angry, or he just feel guilty the person died, and it may be affecting him mentally, and he could be forgetful and he can't concentrate and he feel confused and he's not focused, so he might disappear all of a sudden when he just meets you, right? So, and sometimes two things can happen at once simultaneously, and this makes it worse. Like they they um they enter into a slump in life, and they also got back with their ex when they meet you. Maybe they were not official, they meet you, and then they enter a slump in their life, they have some financial problem, and then they go back to their ex, so they ghost and they're not talking to you, they're not showing you attention. That is 5 reasons why men will just ghost, disappear, after showing you so much interest in the beginning, right? So those are the 5 reasons why they got back with the ex. They wanted to use you for sex, for money, validation, career opportunity, or any other thing. Or you said something to offend him, you did something to offend him, you disrespect him. Or you have different beliefs and different perspectives in something, and he just can't think about being with somebody like you, right? Or he just like you chase. Chasing is fun, feel happy, excited, and when he chases over, he go on to the next one to chase again. Or he's going through a rough time financially, and yeah, he's just entering a slump in his life and he disappears off the earth. So those are 5 reasons why a man could disappear after showing you so much interest at first. So I hope this video helps, and if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to, could subscribe, and see you in the next video.